confidence going down means that we might anticipate seeing the home ownership demand being restrained, or maybe go down for people that consider to go into home ownership, to say maybe we'll see what's going on and keeping the their rental housing in the meanwhile because of the confidence. And I'm not talking about even people that might be constrained to sell their house, eviction or, real economical issue. I'm just talking about consumer confidence.
If you had a gun to my head and my back against the wall, I would disagree with that. I would disagree with the waning of home ownership. If anything, what I see as indicators in the market, and I look at indicators more on the human side than the financial side, but I can marry the two together in this example. In my opinion, from the government level coming out of this, I think they will do things to stimulate home ownership, whether that's incentivizing down payments or financial terms, what have you. I think the government's going to be a proponent of home ownership. That's number one. The other side of it is, with everybody sheltering in place, home has become a higher value to them than it used to be. For some people, and I'm not going to specific demographics, all across the board, home became a place where they slept and hung their clothes because they were out and about all the time, from dining out, traveling, working, socializing, what have you, where now that has all changed. And if you go and research, there's a phenomenal demand right now for home gardening, because people are home and they see for the near future they're going to be there, and the idea is, well, I'll just do some gardening. I watched it happen in my own neighborhood this weekend. People who never worked in their yard were out working in their yard. So again, and Johnny, you and I talk about this all the time, about habits, and we have new habits forming that, because of the fear, because of those things I talked about before, because of the fear in confidence, I don't see it. I see a greater resurgence of home ownership coming out of this. Now, how long that will take to materialize, I don't know, because it's going to be how fast the economy gets restarted. It's going to depend on this, whatever stimulus package the irresponsible people in Washington come up with. I mean, there's too many unknowns. However, I'm looking at the human element side, and for our investors, I would be planning, are there properties where I have a good tenant and I would like to sell it? And that being, you're not going to go knock on their door the day things open back up, but is that in your plan that, 30, 60, 90 days coming out of this, am I going to approach them about buying the property?
Yeah, I think in terms of what we talked before, and I would say rental investment strategy, it gives more enforcement to the, I would say, investment, at least for me, philosophy, looking for optimization and not maximization. Because doing, for example, rental investing, and I get this in the Israeli forums all the time, and also in my emails, and I shared it with you along the, months and years that we are talking together. People buying properties in very difficult areas and having difficulties all the time with the tenant, or thinking, oh, I have a poor management company. No, even if you give a chef a poor raw materials, why do you expect a gourmet meal, right?
That's exactly right. Great metaphor. You're right.
So
You're exactly
it's always true. And I would say that at these times, it even gives me more enforcement to the philosophy that I took for rental investing, which is not just look at the ROI, but try to have some kind of balances. For example, when you buy in, I would say, areas that have more value to the properties, by definition, you are introducing yourself to markets that have more demand for home ownership, because this is the equation. So while you hold the product, maybe you have less ROI, but you gain stability, because what we talked before. Because when you have a higher quality, you have tenants, social economical grade that is higher. And also, when you're going to sell, looking forward your product, you have more perspective and more flexibility to sell, not just the price, but flexibility, because you want to go into the market. So you will need to find in the market buyers. Well, guess what? You will find in this market more buyers.